An island that loves and lives rugby is ready for a brand new season of club rugby. It's the Maliban Inter-Club Rugby League 2025-2026 season opener here at Havelock Park in Colombo. Havelock Sports Club on the left of your screen taking on Navy Sports Club on the right of your screen in what is expected to be an interesting game where we will see what these teams are like after a very long pre-season. As you can see on your screen, both teams getting ready for today's game. They've had a lot of time to prepare, a lot of teams shuffling their players, getting new recruits in. And until the 14th of February, we'll have fantastic rugby action for you coming to you live on the Papare. We are absolutely proud and privileged to bring you the live pictures of the Maliban Inter-Club Rugby League 25-26. We're honored to have you as our spectators as well. Today's conditions here at Havelock Park, it's gloomy on top of the ground here, 28 Celsius, a wind speed of 11 kilometers per hour. It's going to be interesting to see how it works. Generally, this Havelock Park ground is a ground that is known to have played rugby in wet conditions, and it looks like we're going to have a little bit of showers later on in the day. But as you look on to see what the players are in for, that's Imanka Ishara on your screen there, former Kingswood captain playing for Navy Sports Club as their halfback, has been there for quite a while since he has left school. There's the skipper from Havelock Sports Club, newly appointed captain Sandesh Jaivikrama, former St. Peter's College captain. This year leading the Park Club. He'll look to try and do one better from last year where they finished runners-up. It's an all-new Sri Lanka Rugby Committee, and it's an all-new tournament format for the Maliban Inter-Club Rugby League 2025-2026. We had the official launch a couple of days back where we brought to the audience what the tournament format is going to be like. But as you have on your screen, the first round will have 9 teams playing 8 games each in a single round-robin round where they will play all the teams. And at the end of the first round, the top 4 teams in the standings will qualify for the Cup Championship, and that is what all these teams are playing for. And the bottom-ranked 4 teams will play in the Plate Championship. Havelock Sports Club played in that Cup Championship last year. Navy Sports Club, of course, missing out where they finished 9th place. And this year, if they do finish 9th place, they will be eliminated from the tournament, and that's something that they wouldn't want to do. Where, as far as Navy Sports Club is concerned, Super Round is also going to be very interesting, where they're going to have a second place final for the first time in Sri Lanka Rugby League history. So it's going to be very interesting. But first things first, it's week 1 of the Maliban Inter-Club Rugby League. It's Havelock Sports Club taking on Navy Sports Club. And across the road, it's CHNFC taking on Police Sports Club at the Racecourse Stadium. So hope you do have 2 computer screens or 2 devices to watch the action of the first day of this brand new league. And City Lions Sports Club versus CRNFC, that is something to look forward to tomorrow at 3:45 p.m. at the CRNFC grounds. And of course, Air Force at their home grounds will take on Army Sports Club in their season opener. So a lot to look forward to in today's encounter and for the entire league. But for now, we'll quickly go into a commercial break, and we'll see you on the other side with more stats and action.
Keep sweating. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex, get, spray, go.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියම විල සඳහන් Swiss Textile Adhesive. අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Every modern professional needs Vantage. For those who demand the best. Vantage for the modern professional.
Love rugby,
live rugby.
ප්‍රීමා කොතුමි ෆන්තමයි.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියම විල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩසිව්. අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Muscle Guard Herbal Cream. A herbal cream for rapid relief and complete healing from muscle and joint ailments. Experience rapid relief. A trusted product from Link Natural.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තියේ කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
පිත්තියට ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝට් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
Keep pushing the limits. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියම විල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩසිව්. අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Love rugby,
Live rugby.
ප්‍රීමා කොතුමි ෆන්තමයි.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා. ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල් 2K waterproof දැම්මා නම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නැහැ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Love rugby,
Live rugby.
ප්‍රීමා කොතුමි ෆන්තමයි.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා. ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල් 2K waterproof දැම්මා නම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නැහැ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Drink Samahan daily to boost your immunity and stay healthy against prevailing health conditions. Samahan daily. Stay healthy.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියම විල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩසිව්. අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Vantage for the modern professional.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියම විල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩසිව්. අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියම විල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩසිව්. අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Love rugby,
Live rugby.
ප්‍රීමා කොතුමි ෆන්තමයි.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තියේ කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
පිත්තියට ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝට් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
Every modern office needs sophistication, cutting edge precision, and seamless support. Vantage for the modern professional.
Hello and a very good afternoon to you. Even if it's slightly gloomy, there's nothing gloomy about the start of a brand spanking new season of Maliban Rugby here live from Havelock Park. 2 matches over the course of this Friday. We have CHNFC taking on Police across town, and here we have Havelock's the home team and one of the pre-season favourites taking on Navy Sports Club, who were the bottom placed team last year. In fact, one before the bottom placed team last year, and it looks like a really good mix of youth and experience for this Havies side, who will be looking to make a statement at the start of this Maliban season. Former Trinity College colorsman Abid Jamil joining me in the commentary box. Abid, looking forward to a season of club rugby, lots of glamour, lots of new faces, lots of school leavers taking on and being part of the rosters of the teams, and of course we have the foreign players as well. Let's look at how things finished up last season as we anticipate how it will finish this season. Candy Sports Club unbeaten last year, and of course a runaway win for them. Havelocks were the team that were placed second, of course, and they'll be looking to go a little bit further than that. We all remember that rain-marred finish against CRNFC that didn't give them what could have been their 9th win. 65 points for Candy Sports Club. They just missed out on the bonus points in one of those games. Havelocks and CR, a hard-fought battle for second place, which is probably going to be the case this year as well.
Havelock Sports Club, of course, in their pre-season preview as well, Sandesh Jaivikrama, the newly appointed captain, said that he has aspirations of that team trying to finish first this year. It looks a very good team, doesn't it, Shanaka, on paper? And also they have a couple of foreign players that they wish to bring into the system as well, not listed on the team sheets today, but hopefully they'll have their services towards the next game or the latter part of the league.
Indeed they will. Air Force in 4th place in that cup segment from last year, and CHNFC will be hoping to go much better than their 5th place finish last season. Although they did win the plate, they will definitely want to be competing for cup honours this season. That leaves a lot of competition in between Air Force, CH, Army and Police in the middle of that table. Sri Lions and Navy will definitely have their work cut out for them, but they have a lot of good talent coming into their sides in this 25-26 season, and that will make the difference for them. I'm sure expect a really hard-fought tussle in the middle of the table. CHNFC winning the plate with 39 points, Army tying them, but just managing to get through on the points difference was CH and FC on the minutia, as it were, and Police SC will be hoping for a much better finish than they did last year, and they will be starting off a big clash with CHNFC over town. And we have the crowds slowly but surely trickling in here. I'm sure lots more are glued to their screens across ThePapare.com, wherever they may be. And here's the Navy Sports Club outfit. Kavish Amarasekar at loose head, Pradeep Ranavira at hooker, Kavish Vijayaratna at tight head prop, Shahibo Sabri in the second row alongside Pramadita Appa, Apurva Vijay Singh at flanker, Isuru Pereira at number 8, and Denuvan Wikramarachi, the flanker, at number 7 position. Iman Krishara pairs off with Isuru Kongavatta, who has donned the Navy jersey now for quite a while, and he's the experienced hand there. Senator Peer is wearing number 10, but he will be in the number 12 position. Chiranta Kaluarachi, and in the back 3, Thirina Veerasinghe, who will be another one of the experienced backs for Navy Sports Club. Amit Madhushankar on one wing and Chanaka Jalat on the other. Replacements for Navy: Gamige Seram, Sanjeev Rajanayaka, Ramesh, Sansoni Kularatna and Fahad.
Not a lot of changes to the Navy Sports Club outfit from the team that we saw last year, but coach change, as it were, from Havelock Sports Club to Navy Sports Club. Danushka Boteju taking charge of Navy Sports Club. But we'll have a look at the Havelock Sports Club lineup today. Shehan Silva, Azmir Fajri and Abdullah Faiz in the front row that knows how to play for Havelock Sports Club and has done it for quite a while. Janidu Fernando in the second row, pairing off with Jaigit Basnaika, who wins his debut jersey in club rugby for Havelock Sports Club. Shem Mendes at 6, Udesh Madhushankar at 7, and Udara Lakshan will play off the back of the scrum. Mohammad Rifan at 9 pairs off with the captain Sandesh Jaivikrama in the halves, Theekshana Dasanaik and Amita Prabhat in the centre. So new look centre pairing for Havelock Sports Club. And at fullback we have another debutant for Havelocks, who has made the shift from Police Sports Club, Yahan Bulatsingalage, the former Thomian captain, donning the Havelock Sports Club jersey this year. Harusha Pereira on one wing, and the top try scorer of the previous Rugby League season, Jayatu Rajaratna, on the other. The replacements: Sendanayaka Sena Ratna, who also wins his debut jersey for Havelock Sports Club, Pereira, Vaidyanatha, the two Silvas, Sivaraj, who could make a lot of impact when he comes on in the second half, and Dilshara Kodagoda will don the 23 jumper.
Yes, it looks a very good side, doesn't it? Especially looking at those forward replacements. They have some really big front row boys to bring in, which means that the guys who start on the field in the pink and chocolate jersey will certainly have the license to go all out from the start and make mincemeat of whatever opposition comes their way. So we'll wait and see how that Havelock set piece functions. It's probably going to be one of the cornerstones of any success that the teams have this season, that their set piece has to be in the best possible way. And Havelocks losing one Thomian, gaining another. Christian Delisle moving across to CHNFC, but Ihan Bulatsingalage, another former Thomian captain, coming in a high-profile move to Havelock Sports Club, and he will be in the full-back position. I think probably the position that he favours to play rather than the number 10 jersey. So it will be interesting to see how he goes. Didn't have a lot of playing time with Police last year, but fresh off the Sevens Asian Series as well. We look to see how he has developed as a player as well, but some interesting signings as well. Shem Mendes now making a name for himself in that back row for Havelocks, and of course your old teammate and a good mate as well, Jagit Basnayaka, winning his debut. He must be excited, Abid.
Oh, definitely. His father wore the number 4 jersey for Kandy Sports Club, captain Kandy Sports Club in 2002, and I'm pretty sure it's a very proud moment for the Basnayaka family that the next generation is playing club rugby. Might not be in the same team, but he's playing for Havelock Sports Club, and of course it's also a proud moment for myself to have one of my best mates playing today.
Well, there's some of my good mates as well, Roshan Dean and Havelock stalwarts, Orville Fernando as well, former referees, both of them. And Orville, I remember, refereed one of my under-13 matches way back in the 80s, Abid, and still not so fond memories from that game. But it's great to see Jagit taking off where his father left off. Pradeep Basnaik, of course, Bassa to his mates, former basketball player as well, and played with distinction in the second row for Sri Lanka along with Kandy Sports Club. Nice to see that Isipatana College first 15 have made their way across the road and are here to cheer on both teams. Some of the dignitaries gathered today. Still a sparse crowd. I think the weather may have not prompted too many people to flood into this Havelock Sports Club grounds. Looking forward to Havelocks using their lights in the latter part of the season as well, as the Navy faithful will cheer their team on to the ground.
Mr. Kongahawat leading them out. Denuan Wickramarachchi, the captain for Navy Sports Club this season. You can see a team that has performed very well about a decade ago. Sharaka, they were the team to beat for a couple of seasons, that 2013-2015 range. They were the team that really dominated the rugby league circuit in Sri Lanka. Haven't had the best of outings since that stint of victories. It'll be interesting how they go about it. And as you can see on your screen now, the Havelock Sports Club team with new hope, new aspirations, led by Sandesh Jai Vikrama. What would they want to do in this Maliban Inter-Club Rugby League, Shanaka?
Well, they will want to start off well. They want to start off really well with against their former league champions, Navy Sports Club, of course, decimated by losing quite a few of their players over the course of the last few years, but still a very proud outfit, and they will be wanting to go a little bit better than they did last year for sure. Have a few good players in their ranks who will be grateful for this experience, but as we see Havelocks, the team spirit is something that Anuranga Valpola, I'm sure, will be hoping will build throughout this season. It's not like coaching a school team because there are players from so many schools coming together. Good to see the spine of this team from St. Peter's as well, and match officials, of course, who will have such a key role to play in this Maliban League. Ihan Yatavara in charge of the whistle today for our first game. Charani Lianage on one side as the assistant referee, and Harshana Vijayvira will be the other assistant, with the experienced Mr. Shamrat Fernando as our TMO. So we're all set to kick off with a brand new sponsor. Maliban will be spearheading this league, and we've got foreign players. We've got a lot going on in this league tournament as Isuru Kongahawat puts boot to ball to get through and start the first match of the Maliban Rugby League 2025-26, and immediately put back into touch by Havelocks, and Navy will have the first chance of attacking the line out just outside the 22.
Havelocks not wanting to do anything in their half. team that has resorted to the boot in the previous seasons on majority of occasions to leave their 22. Here's the first set piece of the league.
Well, it's a shortened line out and Navy do well. Imanka Ishara to Kongahavatta. Crashing that ball up in the center of the field is the number 8 Isuru Pereira. And here coming through is Pramudit. Just short of the 22. Ishara again. Nice long ball, but the Havelock's defense up very nicely in that umbrella format. Making sure that Navy lose a little bit of ground, bouncing off that first tackle. And here it is again. It's a bounce pass, but well picked up in the end. Ishara looks left, goes right. Kongahavatta. Here's a carry from Denuwan Wickramaratchi. They'll want to see the ball in his hands a little bit more often for Messi Patanapla. It's a big hit, really big hit by Udara Lakshan. Dragging the ball carrier back, and another good piece of defense on Isuru Pereira, the Navy number 8. But they still got the ball in their hands. Ishara looked for the short ball, and in the end thought Pramudit Appa did really well. Here's a bustling run. That time a nice one from the centre, Senator Pires. This is good discipline from Havelocks. They haven't conceded anyone coming offside despite several phases by Navy. Tirina Veerasinghe at first receiver that time. Calling for the ball on the short side, but Navy happy to go with it. Kongahavatta in at number 9. Hands off to Imanka Ishara, who traded places with him. Veerasinghe.
Get back, get back.
Plenty of ball for Navy, but not really making any line breaks. See if Kongahavatta might go to his boot at any point. Kavi Shamarasekara. Here's another big ball carry from this Apurva Vijayasinghe. Big flanker for Navy. Nice inside ball, almost making a break. And yes, this is the first line break for Chiranta Kaluarachi. Nicely spotted, nicely called as well. Smashing into the central defense. Here's Imanka Ishara spotting a small gap, sniping through it. Now they need a scrum half for some quick ball. Fortunately, it's all tight 5 forwards gathered around it, so it's not going to be quick, it's going to be slow.
Release! Get back, get back.
Havelocks had pushed Navy back about 15 meters with some excellent defense. But Imanka Ishara will need to be looking for some quick ball now. Here's another inside ball. Beautifully done again. Almost through, and Rifan Mohammed makes what would have been a try-saving tackle. Lovely run again from Senator Pires, the former Wesleyite. Real talent as far as he is concerned. Here's Navy to the line. Almost 2 meters short. Are we going to see the first try being scored off the first set piece? Yes, we do. What an outstanding bit of play from Navy. Danushka Bacheju and those forwards take a bow, because that's been 4 minutes of continuous play, almost RB 3.5 minutes to, if you take out that line out that we had from the attacking line out. Navy coming through, scoring the first try of the Maliban series.
Oh, patience, patience, patience. They didn't look to do anything fancy. They were pushed back for the first 2 minutes, Shanaka. Good defense from Havelock Sports Club early on, but then a couple of line breaks. Those inside balls really hurting Havelock Sports Club as Isuru Pereira goes over for the first try. Getting a pat on the back from his number 14 there.
Get back,
Shanaka Jailat, one of those men who made one of those breaks as well to get them into the other end of the, or closer towards the try line. Here's Isuru Kongahavatta lining it up. And it's 7 points for Navy Sports Club early on, and you really have to take your hat off to the entire team. That was a team try, and what a try to start off the league with.
Yes, if this is what we can expect, even without foreign players on the park, my goodness, it's going to be a good season, isn't it? What outstanding work, and really good defensive effort as well from Havelocks. They will be knackered after that defensive set, because they didn't concede any offside penalties. It didn't look like they were straying. And here's Isuru Pereira barging through with some help from his friends on the back, and you can see the ball well over the line there Gihan Yatavar in an ideal position to spot it too. Suru Kongahawatta adds the extras, and now we are back live as Kongahawatta, in the face of some pressure, puts it just on the 22-meter line. He won't be happy with that clearance.
A carbon copy of how the game started, isn't it? Navy Sports Club kicking deep, Havelock giving them a line out not too far away from where they receive the ball. Same thing happens here. Kongahawatta doesn't get too many meters. We've had one set piece, we've had one try. Now we are going to have the second set piece. Will we have the second try?
Interesting to see how teams are opting to go long now, making sure that the chase is good, and sure Shem Mendis's pressure did affect Kongahawatta there. First line out for Azmir Fajuddin. Takes great pride in his rifle throws, and he goes straight to the back. It's a brilliant throw as well, as Fajuddin comes off the back peel, running straight into the tackle of Senora Pires. Here's Havelock Sandesh Jayavikrama, the skipper. And that's a brilliant bit of work from Navy that time. The number 11, Madhushankar, coming away with that ball and straight through the middle. And again, the ball was released and nicely done by Denuwan Wickramaratchi. Referee Atawara right on the spot and said that was fine. Here's Sabri and Kongahawatta to his left boot. Oh, and it's been knocked forward. Oh, yes, it has. And that's a mistake to start things off from Jayathu Rajaratna on the left wing.
Put that down to the good defense of Thilina Veerasinghe. Aging like fine wine, isn't he? Coming right up there on his opposite number, Yehan Bulatsingalage. A taste of what club rugby is like for him. He did play club rugby last year, has played national rugby as well. International rugby, I should say. But how about that for a kick from Isuru Kongahawatta? Known to rocket those kicks down, and when he's tracking back, it's never too easy to catch the ball there. Jayathu Rajaratna. First handling error of the game. First scrum for Navy Sports Club. Repeating myself, they scored off the first set piece line out. Here's the first set piece scrum for them.
Well, they'll be very happy that they were able to send that 22-meter attacking line out to Havies, right back to an attacking scrum for them. And here they go off the back, the try scorer. Isuru Pereira bumps off one. Here they go. Imanka Ishara stepping back onto the weak shoulder. That time was Kavi Shamarasekara. Really good work that time from the Havelock squad of forwards, latching on nicely. The technique has been excellent from the Navy forwards, rather. Got to be mindful of the latches going to flow there, but here's the hooker, Pradeep Ranavira. Again, quick ball, really quick ball, but over the ball nicely was Janidu Fernando. Didn't survive the clean out though. And needed to roll out of the way, and the first penalty advantage being played by referee Atawara. Will Navy need to play it, or will they manage to score? Jayagit Basnayaka being tested in his first outing. You'll find that the bodies are a little bit heavier, the collisions a little bit harder than school rugby. Here they go, 3-2 a pod once again. Navy, this is a trademark of Boteju's coaching. You can see some really tidy work, and they go behind the pod of forwards that time. Thilina Veerasinghe puts in the 3. He knew he had the penalty advantage coming, knew nothing was happening outside him, and uses his experience to ask for the penalty.
String of penalties there from Havelock Sports Club. There was one offside, there was one going off feet, and there was a high tackle in there as well. So a couple of penalties given away from Havelock Sports Club, and they take it quickly and they score off that as well. Navy Sports Club. Oh my goodness, they've really come to play here. Apurva Vijayasinghe with the try. Oh, it's Denuwan Wickramaratchi, the captain, rather, scoring that try. And how about this for a start to the season?
Well, everyone was expecting them to go for points, weren't they? Everyone was. They didn't realize they were going for 5 instead of 3. Denuwan Wickramaratchi catching everyone napping. Quickly taken and spots the gap Fajrin unable to get back in time and just over the line, grounds it there perfectly, no questions at all. And that tackle needed to be better from Havelocks. And Kongahawatha has a much easier kick to go up to a surprise 14-0 in the first 11 minutes. And that kick is good as well. So 14-0 it is, Abid. And Havelocks will realize that if they are to live up to the pre-season hype and the talent they have on paper, they're going to have to convert it into some points.
Well, definitely Havelock Sports Club, they know that they're a champion outfit. They are a contender for this league, but this start is really going to test them. But you can't take anything away from Navy Sports Club. They've played fantastic rugby. No mistakes so far, no handling errors, no penalties given away. They've only been able to milk the penalties out of the boys in pink. Now the restart from Sandesh Jaivikrama is going to be an important one. Does he go deep? Does he go short? The last time he went deep, he got a line out, but they gave the ball away. This time he goes short.
Just on the 10-meter line, a beautiful weighted kick, but I'm sure Jaivikrama would have expected a little bit more from his chasers there. He put it right on the money. And this is Ranavira. Gives it back to Kongahawatha, who goes long. It's like coming home for Isuru Kongahawatha. Knows his ground like the back of his hand. This time, Rifan collects it. And oh, there's an expansive ball from Ihan Bulatsingalage. Then one Vikramarachi on his opposite number, Udesh Madhushankar. First man there, Vikramarachi once again with the steal. Manages to get the offload away. And oh dear, it's been knocked on. Vikramarachi needed that ball to go to hand, and unfortunately, his back row partner, I think it was Apura Vijayasinghe, wasn't expecting it. But what a good bit of play from Navy again.
They've got a penalty as well here, Shanaka. And they'll go for the 3 points off this penalty.
Let's look where it comes from here. Madhushankar, big hit on him by Senra Peiris, and again holding on. And that was Gihan Yatavara who said, yes, he's the first man, he's entitled to play. He's playing advantage. Vikramarachi just couldn't get this ball to stick. And if that did go to hand, there were plenty of numbers for Navy.
Navy Sports Club are scoring faster than the clock is going here. 14 points to nil. More than a point a minute. Here's the left boot of Kongahawatha, who knows this Navy jersey very well. No problem whatsoever for Isuru Kongahawatha. 17 points to nil. What a start to this game.
Knows the Navy jersey well, and he knows his Havelock's ground like the back of his hand. The former Isipathana number 10. Nicely done by Kongahawatha there. Another short kick off, and this time it goes back and juggled. So the first real mistake from Navy in this game. It's taken them almost 14 minutes to make one. And as the forwards will say, it has to be the winger, Chanaka Jala, knocking that ball forward.
Here's a replay of that conversion. That was quite far back, Shanaka. Maybe around 40, 48 meters on with the angle. Set piece for Havelock Sports Club, and it is in a good place for them. Lots of attacking opportunities, lots of backline moves that could be used here. Jayatha Rajaratna could be used off his wing. He's standing right behind Sandesh Jaivikrama here. Could be maybe a loop that would go around to Rajaratna. He has the pace to go around this Navy defense. What does this Havelock backline have to offer?
Rifan to Jaivikrama. Cutting back on the angle was the Navy number 12, Thikshana Dasanayaka. No Musin Falil for the Havelocks boys. Today he has taken his leave after what has been yeoman service to his clubs, CR, Police and finally Havelocks. Be a big miss in this club rugby season, of course. Musin Falil, the former Royal, is Sandesh Jaivikrama with a lovely zipped ball across to Rajaratna.
Tackle!
It's available for Rifan. Nice quick ball. Jaivikrama again. finds Madhushankar in midfield. Navy forwards need to clear and clear quickly, and they didn't roll fast enough for referee Atavara's liking. Janidu Fernando, such a big miss in the Sri Lanka jersey. Coming back to play, and this is why he was a big miss. Huge run from Janidu Fernando, busting a hole. Rifan's ball doesn't go to hand, but Udara Lakshan won't mind that as he has to turn around and pick up. He's Abdullah Faiz, the former skipper. Ball picked up that time by Navy's number 4, Appa. But the penalty advantage was coming. Navy just not rolling away fast enough.
First penalty given away by Navy Sports Club in this game. Havelock Sports Club want to go for the line out. Jai Vikrama kicks it out into touch, so they don't want to bridge the gap straight away, Shanaka. That was maybe a sitter of a kick for them. With Yehan Bulat Singhalage in their ranks, they've kicked it out into touch, so they maybe fancy their forwards going in for the 5.
I'm not sure that is the right call. I would have taken the 3 and attack from the kickoff once again. But good to see Janidu Fernando back in with the rugby ball in his hands. Really would have loved to see him turn out for Sri Lanka. Asmir Fajuddin, will they go to their tried and tested Tim Mendes? But they've sacked it well. And this is where the 2 front rowers, who are the coaches of both teams, will get their forwards working really well. It's a penalty advantage. So Sandesh Jayavikrama goes for the big hoik, and the cross kick is taken well by Tirina Veerasinghe. So they will come back for the penalty advantage. I thought Navy had that sack in time, but just a little bit too slow.
Is another penalty for Havelocks. Jai Vikrama kicks it out into touch. Another line out coming up, and it's probably another maul once again. Here's that replay. Taken down, but referee not too happy with it. Maybe the ball was transferred down the pod of forwards, or the maul that was set up.
You could see it had been transferred to the securer, hadn't it? And this is where they've set this one up nicely. There's a lot of good body positions in there. Fajuddin's being chief among them. But looks like Navy have managed to come away with it. Rifan takes it quickly and a big step. But he took it from the wrong mark.
Another maul penalty given away by Navy Sports Club. Now they're being tested. They had majority of possession of the ball for around 15 minutes, Shanaka. Now they're on the other end of the park. Now their defense is being tested. Words from referee Yatavara to the captain Vikramarachi. Needs to sort their maul defense out maybe here. Can't give away another penalty. Maybe force referee Yatavara to go to something a bit more harsh than just raising his hand.
You could see Yatavara there, even though we couldn't hear him, we could see him signaling very clearly that the Navy defenders had gone to their knee to keep that maul at bay, and you're not allowed to do that. If you're on your knee, you're out of the game. Lots of movement in the line out, but they go to the back. Nicely taken by Shem Mendes. Navy will do well to shadow him. Here's Fajuddin getting a second bite at the cherry here. And it looks like they're not going to stop this one. No, they're not. He knows exactly how to burrow himself over, and Havelocks will calm their nerves with the first try of their Maliban Rugby League campaign.
Asmir Fajuddin going over, going down to thank God above for that try, and Havelock Sports Club really needed some kind of intervention to break their duck here. 17 points to 5, finally a score for Havelock Sports Club, and it had to come through their forwards. Known for their forward pack, Havelock Sports Club. But if you really go a couple of phases back, it was that break from Chatura Deoshan there, or Janidu Fernando rather, that got them a lot of go-ahead ball and really started the momentum for Havelock Sports Club. Here's the other penalty advantage that came off this maul for Havelocks, but they didn't need the penalty this time. They got the 5.
Check it.
Yes, you could see very clearly Kavisha Vijayaratne in the number 3 jersey, clearly on his knees. That happened before as well. And just dragging it wide as the rain starts to drizzle down. Samuel Madhuanta, also not available for the Park Club today. I'm sure we'll see him at some point. And telling Sandesh Jayavikrama exactly what he needs to do to get the next kick between the uprights. Outstanding kicker Madhuanta, and I'm sure he will be imparting all his wisdom on the young skipper.
Halfway through the first half, and I think this is one of the most important parts of the game. Might be quite early, but Navy have just given away their first points. They've given a try to Havelocks, and what they do from this kickoff and how they defend from here will be very important as Kongahawatha will restart.
It was inevitable, wasn't it, Abid? Havelocks were going to score. It was just a matter of when. And now the issue is, did Navy get enough of a lead going into this game, into the first half, to try and sit on something and play a different brand of rugby? Now that they've got a 17 points to nil lead before that 5-pointer, then they're able to maybe play a little bit of territory, maybe perhaps not play as much rugby and keep Havelock pinned down, try to frustrate them. Does this Navy side have what it takes to turn the screw and not let up the pressure?
Here's the clearance kick from Sandesh Jayavikrama, line out secured by Navy.
He's Imanka Ishara once again, handing off a short ball to the big number 6, being carrying a lot, Tapuro Vijayasinghe. Oh, and that's not a good pass from Imanka Ishara, but still playing an advantage. Abdullah Faiz has a high tackle advantage as well, changed from a knock-on advantage to a penalty advantage.
Hi there, you saw the nod from referee Attawar as the player went to the ground, and he stays on the ground there. Hope he's all right. We saw the slinging arm coming through there. Abdullah Faiz, former captain of Havelock Sports Club. Doesn't look too good there. He's called for a replacement as well. So one of their experienced lads, Havelocks, they'll be losing a front rower, and there'll be another front rower that comes in.
Number 4.
That is where the high tackle came in. Referee Attawar just on the spot there. And an early call to the bench for Abdullah Faiz, courtesy of a high shot from Navy.
And what saved the tackler there was the fact that Faiz was almost on the floor, but didn't escape the fact that he will get a bit of a talking to. We'll see if there's more than a talking to here. No, it isn't. Appa will very relievedly go back to his place. And I think Gihan Yatawara has refereed that one pretty well. Knew that there was no intent, and Abdullah Faiz was tripping over. And Ihan Bulatsingalage will get the first opportunity to use his very long boot to put his team on the attack.
Havelocks needed something to break the momentum of Navy, and that try has really broken the momentum to at least some degree. Passes now not sticking for Navy. That was that loose pass from the scrum half, Imanka Ishara. Penalty is also creeping in for Navy, and they really can't take the foot off the accelerator here, Shanaka. They've scored 17 tries, and 17 tries that came in 14 minutes. And since then it has dried up. Well, that's all right, but they can't allow Havelocks to get the momentum.
Yes, they have to keep the momentum with them if they are to push this Havelock side right to the end of this game. You would have to say that despite that lightning start from Navy, that Havelock still remain favourites with the kind of lineup that they have. But these schoolboys from Navy have really shown that they're in it to win it, Abid.
Well, definitely, Shanaka, they've got everything that it takes. You can see they've got the support of almost everyone in the Sri Lanka Navy. They've got everyone backing them. They want their team to get back into winning ways, finishing at the bottom of the table for a couple of years. This may be the year that they can maybe at least jump one step up and play in the plate and at least be contenders for the plate. But the way they've started, and anyone who is just tuning in to the Papare and looking at this 17 points to 5 nil, 17 points to 5 lead rather for Navy Sports Club, really have their eyes open. I think this may be a conversation of if the front row players are noted as front row players or not. Abdullah Faiz did go off early on, so we'll see what the verdict is from the referee.
I'm not sure what the issue is about. Nisal Silva has come in and he looks very much like a front row player. I'm not sure whether he's listed as one.
Okay.
Not entirely sure what the kerfuffle is about, but rugby substitutions always very complex. Helps to be a lawyer, to
time back on.
Be a match official as well. But in the end, it's Charana Sendanayaka who looks like he's come on. Yep, it is Charana Charmikara who takes it at the front. Sets it up nicely for Fajuddin at the back once again. He probably won't have the legs this small to go all the way. And the penalty is coming for the defensive team. Well, that was really good from Havelocks.
That was really something that Navy Sports Club would be proud of and will really up the spirits of the forward pack. Could see the bright smiles on the faces of the forwards there. They did concede a couple of penalties early on, 3 penalties on the trot, and then conceded the try, but this time they've won a penalty in the defense. Now Kongahawatha will need to get this kick down the park and get a lot of meters for his team, but doesn't find touch. Gets the meters, no touch. Here's Bulat Singalage with the reply.
Get back.
Bulat Singalage with that big carry on, and in this weather, all those are very difficult kicks to field. Bulat Singalage chasing his own kick, must be pretty fit from his 7th stint, of course, under coach Rodney Gibbs. Smashed in the tackle. Charana Sendanayaka needs no second invitation for a collision.
Taken in.
Kongahawatha puts a little bit of purchase on this one.
Backwards.
And it's gone backwards off the Havelock skipper. Looks for his scrum half. Rifan now. And that looked like it was a seatbelt tackle, but this time I'm sure Apa will get no second reprieve. Yes, it's the second time. He was the man who was guilty in the Abdullah Faiz tackle as well, and he makes absolutely no complaints as he trots back to the yellow card zone. Pramaditha Yapa receiving the first yellow card of this game. Hopefully it will be the last.
Hopefully it will be the last high tackle coming in from Navy as well. The first yellow card of the season. Pramaditha Yapa will not be happy with that award. But the kick from Isuru Kongahawatha really had to go into touch there. Have a look at the replay there once again. Got him around the shoulder there. Can't do that in rugby. Pramaditha Yapa shown the yellow card. And now Navy Sports Club a man down, Shanaka. 15 minutes till half time. Can they hold on?
It looked a bit worse than it was, didn't it, Abid? It's just a hand on the shoulder. But the referee setting out a marker early. Jai Vikramo, and that ball comes straight off Madhushankar. But the referee says no knock forward because it came off his chest. There were no hands involved. Here's Kongahawatha. Now we'll put it up and under once again. Coming back and taking it safely that time was Arusha. Sorry, it was Amit Madhushankar on that left wing.
Didn't get a lot of meters on that and kicked it straight to the place where he doesn't want to kick it, to the coach's box. But the kicks of Kongahawatha have really put the back three of Havelocks under pressure, haven't they? That's the first real clean take of one of Kongahawatha's kicks. They've juggled a couple of kicks, they've knocked a couple of kicks on. This time they collected cleanly, but their exits Havelock haven't been too strong with their exits so far in the game. Back three really need to up their game here and pull their socks up when it comes to exiting their own 22. Here's that kick from Kongahawatha once again. Really knows how to get that bullet going down the park. It's very tough when you have that coming to you. It's Pereira collecting that ball. Had a look, saw the 22-meter line and thought he'll go straight into touch, and straight into touch he did go.
Well, he did the hard part, didn't it? Catching that ball coming over your shoulder is always a difficult part in those kicks. But miscalculated his kicking prowess. Should maybe have waited for Bulat Singalage to get across. But just as they started the game, even though they've got a man down, Navy have a nice attacking line out, which comes courtesy of a good kick. And we were talking about this earlier, Abid, about the fact that Navy may not need to start playing more territorial game, especially with the lead they have, and that's exactly what Kongahawatha has done. Wickramarachchi takes it nicely, but it's a bouncing ball. Rifan now. Can he get it away? Yes, he can, but Abdullah Faiz, in fact, it was Shehan Silva who leaves it behind. Rifan just managing to get the hand on the ball, and you can see the Navy team really congregating around their captain there, saying, don't worry about it, mate. Nimanka Ishara, I thought, should have maybe fallen on that one.
Line out miss there from Navy Sports Club, and like you mentioned, Shanaka, they need to play territorial, and they also need to know that they're one man down in the forward pack. And a team, if you think of a team in Sri Lanka club rugby that can really hurt you when it comes to the forward pack, and that is the team that Navy are up against, Havelock Sports Club. Playing with just the 7 forwards here for the next 7 minutes or so.
This is going to come back and haunt them a little bit later on in the game, of course, because Havelocks have that good bench on them, as Kongahawatha again puts it nice and deep. Oh, and it's fallen forward from Amit that time. And that is what a good fly half does. He spots it like a shark smelling blood and keeps kicking to the same player. Bulat Singalage will be realizing as he bites his thumbnail that he may need to be the one getting under those.
Well, we were talking about territorial kicks, and we were talking about the back three of Havelocks as well a couple of minutes ago, and how they've not collected cleanly the first time. And this one, well, that was a sitter. He just had to sit there and hold the reverse cup. Ricky Ponting would have taken that cleanly, but he's dropped it just 5 meters away from the line, and that's not a place you want to drop it in the rugby field. Here's a very good attacking scrum coming up for Navy Sports Club. They really need to make the most of this going into halftime.
Well, if Isuru Pereira has the same sense that Isuru Kongahawatha does, he's going to run straight at Amit again on that blind side, try and force him into making 3 errors. That's exactly what he does. Still going. You've got to release the tackled player, which is what they do eventually. Nice work that time, despite being a man down. 7-man forward pack taking on 8. Azmir Fajuddin and Lahiru Madhushanka with outstanding defense there. Really good technique. Now they've pushed them back. Can they get the ball back? No, they can't. Navy have kept that ball with them.
On the fleet. No hands, pin.
Pick and go from Navy. Works so well for them. There's a big set of forwards that they have in the back three.
Release!
Can they get over the line? They're so close. Ever so close. And they've just managed to get over again. It's Denuan Wickramarachchi. The skipper gets his second try. Makes up for the missed line out a moment ago. But Havelocks look like they're scratching their heads in defense.
Well, they're scratching their heads in fringe defense, to be very exact. There are 3 tries given away from Havelock Sports Club so far in this game, and all those tries, Shanaka, have come through errors in the fringe defense as well. 3rd try so far in this game for Navy Sports Club, and the 14-man Navy team has scored a try here that has given them a bigger cushion and restores the cushion that they had previously just before Havelock scored that try. The captain, Denuwan Wickremarache, going over for his second. Kongahawatta is, or rather has been 100% off the tee so far, and he's been 100% off the hand as well. Just that one missed touch kick.
The SLR president, newly elected SLR president Pavitra Fernando, has been talking about needing this to be a really interesting league right down to the wire, and what better way to do that than to start with a potential upset. If you're a Havelocks fan, of course, your bench is going to come into play. Jaigeet Basnayaka just missing at that guard position. And Kongahawatta adds the 2. And my goodness, don't we have a game on our hands here with 30 minutes gone.
What this reminds me of is the game that CRNFC played against Havelock Sports Club here last year. CRNFC were maybe the favourites going into that game, but Havelocks were the team that really made the floodgates open in terms of tries. But here, in terms of points, Navy Sports Club have really opened the floodgates.
Again, a mistake off the kickoff, so Havelocks will be beneficiaries of that. They'll need to hit back and hit back quickly here. Theekshana Dasanayake, another good thumping tackle in midfield. Don't think Havelocks were expecting this, Abid. They didn't expect the physicality that Navy have brought to the party. That ball is not a good one, as well as Shehan Silva manages to pick up the ball that was meant for Fajuddin. Sandesh Jaivikrama jinxed off going himself. Apurva making a good hit that time, and ball going forward off the foot, and Senra Piris trying to pick up. Here's Janidu. They'll need him to carry much more. The penalty is coming. Rifan Silva. Havelocks will be desperate to get at least a couple of scores in before half-time. And Rifan opting to take the penalty.
Decision time for Havelocks. Do they go for the 3? Do they maybe look to go for the 5? Hands in the ruck is the call there. Reason for that penalty. You're talking about the physicality of Navy Sports Club, Shanaka, and I really do have to agree with you. I don't think Havelocks expected this at all. And one man that would be very proud of that is Danushka Boteju, the coach of Navy Sports Club, who has jumped ship from the pink team to the team that's wearing blue today. Was the assistant forwards coach last year for Havelocks, this time the coach of Navy Sports Club. And he'll be very proud when he sees this performance on replay. But the job is not done yet. Partially done, 24 points to 5. Havelocks have gone in for the line out, so they trust them all. They've got one try off it. Azmir Fajuddin will clean that ball up and try to hit his target once again.
Regardless of how this game finishes, Abid, I'm sure the Navy top brass watching this game will be very proud of what the team has achieved. There was no contest there, so the crooked throw is allowed. Fajuddin at the back will keep his discipline, keep his head down, and snake along towards the line.
Number 6, move! Number 6, move! Number 6, move!
Still going inside small, and here's Udara Lakshan. Can he get over the line?
Tackle!
Just lays it back.
Get back!
Dangerous times for Navy, and you'd have to count on Abdullah Faiz going over from that distance. Yes, he does. And the driving ball is causing the havoc in the Navy defense. And you can see that Havelocks, who would have wanted to score some nice tries, are opting instead to get back in contention on the scoreboard and scoring the ugly tries that they need to score.
You can see on your screen Pramudit Apa walking into the forward pack that he had to leave a couple of minutes ago, or 10 minutes ago to be exact. And his team has conceded a try since he's left the field. Always difficult to defend the Havelock rolling maul, isn't it, Shanaka? They really know how to latch on to each other and keep going, not dislodging and knowing when to dislodge. I thought maybe Udara Lakshan broke a bit too early, but nonetheless he presented the ball very well for Abdullah Faiz, who has come on after that quick test to score a try as Bulat Singalage this time slices it, and it's away off the right upright, so it'll remain 24 points to 10, and Havelocks have bridged the gap a little bit once again.
Surprised that Sandesh Jayavikrama gave up the kicking duties so early on in the piece. Just missing one, but this time Bulat Singalage missing to the other side. Apurva Vijay Singh not able to get to his feet in time to stop Abdullah Faiz at that distance, and the one-man advantage really telling for Havelocks there. So always difficult, doesn't matter which team, if they do it well, that driving maul is always so difficult to stop. Seeing it as a weapon of choice even in international rugby. Kongahage lobs it up the pitch to Sandesh Jayavikrama, who will look to try and keep ball in hand for the next 3.5 minutes. Appa told in no uncertain terms to roll away by his teammates. And Bulat Singalage will thump this long onto Isipatanamawatha or Park Lane.
Two minutes to go on until half time. Here's a clearance from Bulat Singalage, and maybe I have a feeling, Shanak, I have a feeling that it might come down to the kicking. So far off the tee, Kongahawatta has been 10 out of 10, Havelock Sports Club 0 out of 10, and that might come back to bite them later on, who knows. Here's a line out just before half time for Navy, and they've coughed it up. Here's Rifan with the ball.
Rifan doing really well there, recognizing exactly when the ball went over the 15-meter line, and poaching, pouncing. It's been knocked on by Vikramarachi, and that's the second mistake in the line out from the skipper. Sure, he won't mind that because he's getting hands to the ball. Rifan was maybe he came through a little bit too soon.
Maybe he also went past the 10-meter line of gaining a territorial advantage there, so maybe it would have been a penalty for Navy Sports Club.
Lots of technicalities there, isn't it, Abid? Because once the ball is thrown over the 15-meter line, you can advance. And Rifan was in the receiver position. But did he go past the 15-meter line a little too early? Interesting stuff to talk about, of course, and educate ourselves on the laws. Lovely shove coming through from Havelocks. And that was Isuru Pereira leaving his bind, which means that Havelocks will get the penalty.
If ever there was a maul that you want to look at and be proud of, Havelock Sports Club, that is that maul. If Gihan Yatavara maybe let them go, they would have just gone the entire distance. Just have a look at them, demolish them. But what really impresses me is the body position. Just look at how low they are, the low center of gravity, and as soon as they break free, there's absolutely no one in front of them at scrum time.
Yes, that was the scrum that we were waiting to see from Havelocks. And this is why, if you're a Havelocks fan watching this game, you shouldn't be perhaps too alarmed, because this forward pack is going to give way to the likes of Charana Chamikar. Abdullah Faiz has come back, and there are a few big boys waiting to do some damage on the bench. So that is going to come into the fore in the last quarter of this game, not the first, which is why it's important for Navy to make sure they stay ahead in this game. Nicely taken and nicely sacked that time. Good rugby all around. Good attack, good defense. Still looking for maybe at least a penalty before half-time. Havelocks, they'll be wanting 7, of course. Janidu spinning out of that tackle. Rifan. Tasanayak, and lovely ball that time to Bulat Singalage. But Havelocks had read it well. Thirinavira Singha allowing Rajaratna into the 22, but that was a good line break from Havelocks. What can the Navy defense do here? Appa just a little too late to the ball that time. Good defense that time by Navy as well. They've got the numbers on the left side, but cutting back in was Theekshana Dasanayake, and that's beautifully done by Denuwan Wickramarachchi, who's taken that ball, and perhaps we might have a little bit of a intervention here. A bit of a off the ball incident, but we'll wait and see how Gihan Yatawara deals with this.
Very important moment in this game here. If Navy have won the penalty back, they might go into half-time with a 14-point lead. But if the decision is overturned, Havelock will have a chance once again to bridge the gap. And that is very important, isn't it, Shanaka? Going into the half-time huddle, we'll have a listen to what they have to say to each other.
Well, Mr. Shamrat Fernando, experienced referee.
නොකෝන් එකෙන් පස්සේ බෝලේ පාස් කරපෙන්නාට ටකල් එකක් තියෙනවා මට ඒක දෙන්න.
We don't have a big screen today, or do we? Yes, we do have a big screen today at Havelock Sports Club. Referees have to do a bit of a jog to get there, of course. And referee Shamrat Fernando, who is the TMO, will assist the on-field team, of course. On the stroke of half time. Let's watch what happens here. Theekshana Dasanayake comes back infield, takes the hit. Denuwan Wickramarachchi goes onto the ball. He looks fine there. Following through is Bulat Singalage. Udara Lakshan then taking him and ooh. It was well after the ball had gone. It was
one more time.
Playing the player on his lower limbs as well, which is something that World Rugby has frowned upon. Let's watch this again. Watch the actions of pink number 7. Denuwan Wickramarachchi, where does he land? That's the question. Does he land on his head? The post may save Udara Lakshan there. Lucky for Denuwan Wickramarachchi, the damage was not long lasting.
Tackled the player without the ball.
Good to see the referees just watching this to make sure they get everything just right.
It's important that they do as well, because if it is a card, Havelocks will start the next half with 14 men, and that too with one of their rocks in defence.
I think there's going to be a card for sure, Abid. I'm just not sure what colour it's going to be.
ඊට පස්සේ එයා මොකද හිතන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ ඔළුව අදිනවා.
This is a better angle. This will show us the landing.
Samrat.
Yes, Yatta. That's a foul play. Tackling the man without the ball, and he lifts the player up and dumped him onto the ground, but shoulder. I think you can shoulder going onto the ground, and you can go for my recommendation yellow card.
Landing again dangerous.
Looks like Gihan Yatawara has been thinking what we were thinking, Abid. And Udara Lakshan may have let his team down pretty badly here by just a rush of blood. Udesh Madhushankar rather. My apologies to Udara Lakshan, who's number 8 today, number 7. Udesh Madhushankar, very sorry.
Pade. නොකෝන් එකක් වෙනවා. නොකෝන්ෙන් පස්සේ බ්ලූ ප්ලේයර් නිකන් හිටගෙන ඉන්නේ. right? මෙයා ආව මම කතා කරා. එයා මෙයා ආව උස්සලා අරගෙන ෆුල්ම ටර්න් කරනවා. ටර්න් කරලා යාගේ ලෑන්ඩින් එක හෙඩ් එකට එන්නේ. right? no. මිටිගේට් කරන්න කිසිම දෙයක් නැහැ.
You can see Sandesh Jayawikram asking whether there was any mitigation, and I don't think even the
foul play
most
no.
ardent Havelocks fan will argue that there was much mitigation there. Very lucky that Denuwan Wickramaratne managed to escape unscathed from that, but could be career-ending situations, which is what World Rugby wants to stamp out of the game. And unfortunately for Udesh Madhushankar, he will play no further part, and Havelocks will play with 14 players for the rest of this game, and that has made the potential for an upset much higher than it was even before that.
A 14-point lead for Navy Sports Club going into halftime. Who saw that when you walked into Havelock ground today? We thought maybe it might be a cakewalk for the team wearing pink, but it has been all blue so far. And 24 points to 10 is something that Navy would be very proud of. But now coming up, Shanaka, 40 minutes of maybe defense for Navy. And if they can just those 3 points, whenever they do get them, take them. And that might just be the big W for Navy Sports Club in the first week of the Maliban Inter-Club Rugby League.
Well, what we have to say to our viewers watching is that no referee ever wants to give a red card. Nobody enjoys it. Absolutely none of the referees enjoy it. But by the letter of the law, and not even by the letter of the law, I think there was no doubt in that particular incident, especially because it happened after the ball had gone, and it was just a follow-through action out of frustration from Madhushankar. I don't think that there was any problem with that. 24 points to 10. Navy Sports Club in a shock lead. Havelocks coming back with 14 players in the next 40 minutes of this Maliban League. We'll be back after the break.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තිය කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
බිත්තියට ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
Keep sweating. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
Every modern professional needs Vantage. For those who demand the best. Vantage for the modern professional.
Love Rugby.
Live Rugby.
Prima Kotumi Fun Tamari.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියම විල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩසිව්. අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Vantage for the modern professional.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියම විල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩසිව්. අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Keep pushing the limits. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
Love Rugby.
Live Rugby.
Prima Kotumi Fun Tamari.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියම විල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩසිව්. අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Love Rugby.
Live Rugby.
Prima Kotumi Fun Tamari.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තිය කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
පිත්තියට ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝට් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get, spray, go.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamari.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා. ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාශීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof දැම්මා නම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නැහැ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාශීල්ඩ් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Every modern office needs sophistication, cutting edge precision, and seamless support. Vantage for the modern professional.
උද්‍යෝගිමත් T20 තරගාවලියකට ඔබ සූදානම්ද? පාකිස්තානය ශ්‍රී ලංකාව සහ සිම්බාබ්වේ දේශය අතර තුන්කොන් සංග්‍රාමය. පාකිස්තානයේදී ඔල්වර සම්මැද සෑම පන්දුවක්ම එලෙසින් නරඹන්න. ඩයලොග් ටෙලිවිෂන් නාලිකාංක 62 ThePapare 1 සහ නාලිකාංක 126 ThePapare 1 HD ඔස්සේ සජීවීව.
Just a little bit of
the ball really well here watching in Sri Lanka on ThePapare or Dialog TV.
Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare.
Elevate your game with ThePapare, Sri Lanka's ultimate sports destination. Experience every heartbeat and every goal like never before. From cricket to football, rugby to athletics, we capture the spirit of every sport that ignites our passion. Relive legendary moments, exclusive interviews and expert commentary, all in one place. Join us for live coverage of thrilling matches and events, bringing you closer to the action. Together, we unite a nation through the love of sports. Tune in to ThePapare, your home for all things sports. Live the action. Feel the excitement. A clash that will determine a spot at the AFC Asian Cup 2027. Sri Lanka takes on Thailand on 18th November at the Racecourse International Stadium. Catch the action live. Get ready for an electrifying T20I Tri-Series. Witness Pakistan, Sri Lanka and Zimbabwe battle it out in Pakistan's iconic stadiums, Rawalpindi and Lahore. Feel the roar of the crowd, the power of the sixers and the drama of every wicket. Live on ThePapare 1 and ThePapare 1 HD. Exclusively on Dialog Television, channel number 62 and 126. Get ready, cricket fans! The thrill of international cricket returns as Sri Lanka tours Pakistan for an exciting 3-match ODI series. Mark your calendars for November 11th, 13th and 15th at the iconic Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium. Watch every moment live on ThePapare 1 and ThePapare 1 HD. Exclusively available on Dialog Television, channel number 62 and 126. Tune in, cheer loud and experience the excitement.
Welcome back to live pictures of the Maliban A Division Inter-Club Rugby League, ladies and gentlemen. If the first 40 minutes is anything to go by, we are set for an outstanding inaugural Maliban Rugby League this year. And this was the shock lead that Navy Sports Club went into. Isuru Pereira scoring the first try after what would have been about 20 phases of rugby. Isiru Kongahawatha adding the extras, and then on Wickramaratchi, quick off the mark, getting under the tackle of Theekshana Dasanayaka to make sure he scored the second try. Kongahawatha again on the money. There's Madhushankar. That time, Wickramaratchi not allowed to get the ball away, but Kongahawatha milking the penalty there, and this was how Havelocks hit back after a 17-0 deficit. Azmir Fajruddin at the back of the driving maul, making absolutely no mistake, the former Royal hooker. And this was Wickramaratchi getting over for his brace, and Isiru Kongahawatha not missing off the tee yet. And Abdullah Faiz this time back from the blood bin. This was the defining moment of the half. Udesh Madhushankar smashing his opposite number, then on Wickramaratchi to the floor, and you saw Gihan Yadavara there left with little option but to show a red card to the Havelocks flanker, which will leave the home team with just 7 men, with just 14 men, and a significant deficit to bridge.
Well, 14 men, 14 points, Shanaga, to be exact, and it's going to be a tall ask for Havelocks, but it's going to be important as to how they start this half off. They have to go and start this half off with a flyer, the same way Navy Sports Club started this game. Havelocks need to go bang bang and bridge this gap as soon as possible, because they've got the reinforcements to come. And here's an interesting second half coming up, and might even be an historic second half for Navy Sports Club.
Kongahawatha with the untidy ball to clean up, and he does so as well as possible, getting the ball just outside. We'll have to know how well Kongahawatha must be kicking in training, because Thiruna Veerasinghe was the dead-eye dick of this league for several years running. And his experienced legs giving way to the younger Kongahawatha, although he also is quite a veteran of this league. Fajruddin. It's really important for Havelocks to score quickly. Shem Mendes with the catch. And this is where Havelocks have unpicked the defense of Navy. Navy have been outstanding in the loose play, but in these tight encounters, at the superior technique of this Havelocks team have really come to the fore. Fajruddin now breaks away, pushed back into the driving maul. Good timing that time by the Navy defense. Here's Udara Lakshan, latched onto by Janidu Dilshan as well, and Shehan Silva, the big boys taking it to Navy's defense. Fajruddin now taking matters into his own hands. Rifan goes to the forwards. Wickramaratchi needs to get out of the way. Lakshan. Good communication by referee Atavara, and Navy taking their hands off the ball just in time. Here they go. Janidu Dilshan. Janidu Fernando rather. Here's Abdullah Faiz looking for his second try. Pushed back just short of the 5-meter line. Sandesh Chavikram, a lovely ball away from him. Rifan. Navy's defense is scrambling now. The 14 men of Havelocks rejuvenated by their half-time talk. Anuranga Valpoda would have laid into them. Rifan now. Sandesh Chavikram with a little kick over the top. Is it enough for Rajaratna? Yes, it is. Jayathu Rajaratna scored some outstanding tries from cross kicks in the last season. He was a leading try scorer, and they've gone to it for the first time today. And we have to check though whether he went over the line. Rajaratna didn't celebrate too much. Do you think he realized that he might just have got his elbow or wrist or knee over the dead ball line.
Here's a call coming for the TMO, and an important call here and an important moment in this game, isn't it, Shanaka? Navy Sports Club scored in the first half within 4 minutes. Havelock Sports Club scored within 3 minutes here. Question mark is still well and truly there.
Dead ball line එක check කරන්න ඕනේ මට ground in එකේදී මගේ on field decision එක try check the ground in.
Clear communication there between referee Atavara and the TMO, Mr. Shamrat Fernando. On-field decision is a try, and this is the best angle that we'll get. Rajaratna collects the ball, no problem at all.
Yeah.
Looks like he
Okay,
does
thank
ground
you.
it before any part of his body touches the line, and that's what the TMO is there for. No doubts about it, and the try is awarded, and Havelocks are on the board in the first few minutes of the half.
An important score for Havelock Sports Club. They need to start climbing this mountain, and they need to take small steps first, and they've taken a big step already. And this kick that probably will go through, or will want to make it go through here, there. Sandesh Jayavikrama taking kicking duties back once again after that miss. Bulat Sinhalage missed one right after his first kick. Here's an important one for Sandesh to make it a 7-point game.
Could hear the Havelocks crowd behind the goalpost as soon as he hit it. So it was Jayavikrama, Bulat Sinhalage and Jayavikrama again. And it's third time lucky off the tee for Havelocks. You can see the skipper raising the intensity of his team, and you've often seen this when a team has had a player sent off, that they do raise their game. Sure, a lot of the Havelocks players would have thought that Navy from last year were the same side they were last year, but certainly not the case. We've seen that all matches involving the bottom teams are looking like they're going to be competitive, which is nothing better that you can ask for in a league competition.
Oh, definitely, Shanaka. But the thing about these bottom teams or bottom ranked teams in the previous years is that they maybe don't have the power that the other teams possess when it comes to the bench. And that's what's going to be tested here for Navy from this point on.
Unfortunately, Navy have lost Kavishka Vijayaratna, the tight head prop, who was making quite a few contributions in the tight spaces, has left the field with a knee injury. And that ball has been turned over. Navy now inside the 22. That's really good work in the loose from Navy. Tirana Veerasinghe, who comes into the first receiver position. He's made a change at scrum half. Imanka Ishara has made way. Oh dear. Seems like a good contest. Jayathu Rajaratna. Looks like the referee has stopped play, just to check that everyone's okay after that mid-air clash.
Well, did he really have to go for that kick? You'd have to question the kick from Kongahawatta there. Maybe ball retention there would have been better for Navy Sports Club, but might be a little bit more trouble coming in here for Navy. The Sailors have got a man down and it doesn't look too good. He's not moving. But here's that kick from Kongahawatta. Two Sailors and Bulat Sinhalage up for that ball. Did they have their eyes on the ball will be a question. Here's another replay of that.
I think that was probably a good contest, and looked like for the moment that Chanaka Jayalath was in a realistic position to catch the ball. But he did come off second best because it was very clear that the Havelocks player had got height on him. Chirantha Kaluarachi in the centres for Havelocks. Hasn't really had much ball to show us what he can do. Coaching staff Salia Kumara along with Anuranga Walpola, who is a forwards coach, looking a little concerned Denuwan Wickramaratne has been at the helm of this team. You can see him staring daggers at the opposite number, and it's a confident body language, isn't it, from Wickramaratne?
Denuwan Wickramaratne really possesses that leadership skills that you really need when you're a captain in a rugby field, but he also possesses that physical appearance, doesn't he? Really commands a lot of respect with his appearance as well, and with his performances, he's nothing shy of that as well.
Well, the news that is coming through from our producer is that because it was an act of intentional foul play and reckless foul play, that Havelocks will be without their man for the rest of the half, for the rest of the game. There was a 20-minute red card rule that was introduced this year in the Rugby League, but Havelocks will not have the benefit of that rule because it was an off the ball, intentional act of foul play done by the recipient of the red card. So as a result of that, Havelocks will have a player down for the rest of this game.
Udesh Madhushankar will play no further part in this game as Sachin Thanavaidyanath comes in. Or he is maybe getting himself ready there to come in. Mushin Falil on your screen there. It's been a real gladiator for Havelock Sports Club.
Looks like he's asking whether he can get on. It's like, coach, should I strap up?
It was definitely difficult to take him off the field. He was on the field for a very, very long time. Right throughout my schooling career, he was on the field.
Remember him in that brilliant Royal side of 2009. So ever since 2010, he's been part of the club rugby scene. A good 15 years of service for 3 different clubs. Musin Falil, standing player. Probably didn't get the plaudits he deserved. Very talented player. And did a lot for the teams he was in. Made the others around him much better. Was a very coachable and reliable player on the field. So restart will be with a scrum to Havelocks, who had the ball with them at the time of the stoppage.
Release!
Tikshana Dasanayaka crashing that ball up infield. And Havelocks will want to clear this one. Rifan with the left-footed box kick. And that time it's taken well by Jayathu Rajaratne, who gets a good ball away. And just as we said, Tikshana Dasanayaka hadn't made much of a contribution, he does exactly that. And here's a new man making a little bit of a difference in the number 25 jersey for Navy. And a bit of a mad passage of play coming to an end with the player going out there.
High balls have really been what this game has been about, hasn't it? This is a knock on there from Kojana Kulatunga, who dropped it right into the bread basket of Jayathu Rajaratne and handed the ball out to Tikshana Dasanayaka. Maybe had to pin his ears back and just go for the line there. Had support all around. Mad passage of play, like you said there, Shanaka. Clearing kick from Navy that was not too great either, but they'll have a throw into this line out, and a short one at that.
Oh, that's a bit of a mess. But doesn't...
No, lost the ball.
Appa does well to release the ball. And Havelocks with it. You have to say there's probably poetic justice the way that that ball was interfered with. The pass from Dasanayaka back to Rajaratne. Thought Dasanayaka could have... Kaluarachi could probably have held on to that for a little longer. Pinned his ears back. He looked like he was away. Sorry, that was Amita Prabhat. Just talking about the wrong 13. Fajuddin caught behind the gain line. See, Navy have really gained confidence here.
Get back.
Chatura Dilshan is on, the former Isipatanian. Appa, the grass cutter tackle.
Advantage.
Just getting in the way there, it was the Navy player. You can see him at the bottom of that ruck. Rifan making sure that the referee noticed it, and Sandesh Jayavikrama putting the ball up and doesn't need the advantage as Tikshana Dasanayake scores a try that will equalize the scores. It's going to be a simple kick and really well spotted space by Sandesh Jayavikrama, who has been very, very good today despite not having a lot of good ball.
Well, all Havelock Sports Club needed was the license to go, and that license came in the form of that penalty advantage, spotting the gap in behind. Sandesh Jayavikrama putting the kick through. And once again, the back threes have really been tested in this game, Shanaka. This time it's Navy Sports Club and their back three that has been tested. Sandesh Jayavikrama to level terms for the first time in this game. Still no lead for Havelocks. They have been trailing right throughout the 50 minutes that have been played so far, and finally they're on level terms with Navy. 2 tries at the turn of the half for Havelocks, and now they're on level terms. It's 24-all, but have a look at a replay of that try. Just that license to play freely was what he needed. Sandesh Jayavikrama, Kujana Kulatunga had no idea where that ball was bouncing, and it bounced right into the hands of Tikshana Dasanayake, and an important score for Havelock Sports Club.
Well, you have to say that Imanka Ishara... Oh no, it looked like it might have been just lost forward, was that? Have a look at that one again. Have to say Imanka Ishara's absence is beginning to show. Kujana Kulatunga with a couple of costly mistakes, wearing the number 25 jersey and playing in the number 9 position. Kongahawata with the restart kick. Is this where the superior bench strength of Havelocks will decide this game? Rifan, and this is clear tactical change from Mohammad Rifan. We didn't see a single box kick in the first half, but I think a late tackle has undone the good work. And Hisuru Kongahawata.
No.
Not only did he have to be called back,
I think there's something else that the referee has spotted as well.
Right, scrum there. Manadon.
Penalty there, scrum. The other side, they'll definitely go for the penalty. And now here's the chance for Navy. They've allowed Havelocks to come back into this game, Shanaka. It was a 14-point gap that Havelocks had to bridge, and they've done that in just a span of 10 minutes. And now it's up to Navy, who are playing a man up. You see that little red card next to Havelock Sports Club's logo. Something that they won't be too proud of, but something that they'll have to take into account when it comes to defense, and they've done that pretty well so far in the 10 minutes.
That's a pretty good kick with very little angle from Tirana Veerasinghe, using all his experience and turning his body nicely to make sure he made the best use of that. Mohammad Rifan. And the problem here for Havelocks was that Harusha Pereira chased from well in front of the kick and also put in a late tackle. So neither of those two things were helpful for his team. Got to make sure that they get the line out right this time, Navy. It hasn't been great the last couple of times of asking. Neither was it that time. And Chatra Dilshar grabs it on gratefully and will help his team get out of jail. Rifan does not go for the box kick that time. Instead opts for Sandesh Jayavikrama to go to touch. And Navy will have a line out, but maybe 40 meters behind where they had it before.
Around 25 minutes remaining in this game, Shanaka. It's going to be an interesting passage of play for the next maybe 5 to 10 minutes. It hasn't been level so far, and for the first time in this game it is on level terms. So both teams have to build from ground up. Havelocks will have to dig a bit deeper.
Got to ask whether the Navy lifters are doing their job there. just not keeping Denuwan Wickramaratne up there as long as he needs to be to get two hands to that ball. He's getting up there, but there's just something going wrong with the timing. And this time they do a front peel because the confidence is obviously gone, but that ball was not straight into the line out.
3 errors in the line out on the trot for Navy. First it was miscommunication, second jumpers not doing their job, and the third is a crooked throw. Have a look at that once again, the replay. Crooked throw is a call from referee Atavara, so it'll be a scrum for Havelocks.
Pradeep Ranavira throwing it straight into his prop forward there. And on the near side of the scrum, Anushka Ramesh for Navy. It's a big scrum, really big scrum from Havelocks.
Unbound.
They're doing what South Africa does on the international stage and really exploiting the weight advantage, winning the scrum, and then they'll have a free play. Rajaratna does well to get over the 50-meter line. Rifan, Sandesh Jayavikrama gives it to Azmir Fajuddin. Getting around nicely was Sandesh Jayavikrama. Here it is for Bulat Singhal again. Lovely little skip out of the tackle. Rifan, now the urgency from Havelocks. Udara Lakshan manages to regather before he gets onto his feet. Rifan again. Sandesh Jayavikrama. Tikshana Dasanayak, and it's gone behind Jayatu Rajaratna, who will watch this run into touch, but they will come back for the penalty advantage.
Oh, the referee has thought that he's played enough of advantage, so it'll be a line out for Havelocks. But how about that for a scrum, Shanaka? It's 7 on 8. And Havelocks really putting in the shift, the front rows and the tight 5 really putting in a big shove on. But I also think the distribution from Sandesh Jayavikrama has been found a little wanting in this game. By the time he releases the ball, the defense of Navy has come up, and you have to put it down to the good defense of Navy as well. But when it goes into a pot of forwards as well, Sandesh Jayavikrama hasn't really found the man. Needs to brush up on that going into the next couple of weeks of this league.
That's better from Navy. They're obviously mindful of the defensive threat that Shem Mendes poses in the Havelocks lineouts. Kongahawatta, the little hooked kick, looking to put the left wing under a little bit of pressure. He has maybe shown a little bit of vulnerability under
Navy,
the high ball, and
5.
Kongahawatta would have wanted that one a little higher.
Navy, change.
Really putting Harusha Pereira under pressure there. What do you think the plan would be now from here on for both teams, Shanaka? Because still all square, nothing really happening. For around 10 minutes this game has meandered along. Errors creeping into the gameplay and into open play, so no real momentum for both teams. They really need to break the momentum. What do you think they should do from here on?
I thought Havelocks did really well to use the emotion of that Madhushankar red card, the emotion of the halftime speech that I'm sure Salya Kumar and Valpola would have given them, and get back on level plane. Nicely done by Shem Mendes. Outstanding work in the line out in the air by the former Wesley skipper.
Advantage.
So they've got the penalty to Havelocks, and Sandesh Jayavikrama opting to take the penalty without playing the advantage.
19
and you can see you asking what they should do, and what Havelocks really need to do is to get onto the other end of the pitch and stay there.
Instructions from the referee to the Navy forward pack. But the lineouts from Havelocks in the second half has been fantastic. Defensively and in attack as well. Shem Mendes has been the go-to man to put up in the air. Here's a kick from Bulat Singh again and gets quite a few meters for his team, and this is a good opportunity for them to maybe attack and try to pierce this Navy defense.
Well, another three-man, in fact Havelocks, it will be Havelocks line out, so they will go for full strength. They have to think that Navy have to start rethinking their line out a little bit. Javi is going in with a five-man line out this time. Mendes will be the obvious target. Nicely done. From the blindside flanker for Havelocks. Fajuddin at the back, driving the small forward. It's been Navy against the Havelock small. They want to try and go again, and here it's Shehan Silva breaking off the back inside the 22. Talking about Havelocks getting in the right part of the pitch, and that's exactly what they've done. The next score, will it win the game?
Advantage, advantage. New advantage.
Havelocks with an advantage for a no-arms tackle. Rifan. Another big kick coming from for Rajaratna. He was very much in the running for that, and of course you've got the tall basketball playing abilities of Yahan Bulatsingalage. And that's a good option for Abe Vikrama, who keeps Jai Vikrama rather, who keeps trying it. And that time it was Ayappa who didn't have any arms in the tackle.
Havelocks interestingly going into touch there, Shanaka, with the 3 points right in front of them. Maybe they fancy their line out. But I also saw the Navy back three switching there just before this passage of play, where they sent in Thilina Veerasinghe because they anticipated the kick, wanted to maybe use the advantage of experience. But here's a line out coming in for Havelocks, and Navy really need to sort their maul defense. The last time they defended a maul, which was not a few minutes ago, Havelocks marched on about 15 meters.
No prizes for guessing that that was coming, but somehow that was an important decision to go to the corner, Abid, as you pointed out. They desperately wanted the bonus point, make sure that they win this game. They've got their bonus point there, but they absolutely wanted to make sure they win this game and win it by more than 7 as well. Made the gamble to go to the corner, but Navy somehow, knowing what was coming, managed to foil it. Here's Mendes, and they managed to drag him down just in time. That was really good work. Really good work.
A fantastic maul defense there from Navy. Textbook stuff. If you want to see how to defend a ball, that's exactly how you do it legally. Possession of the ball hasn't been with Navy for large parts in the second half, and points also haven't really come. No points so far from Navy. There's an important exit coming up and in number 8 break, but Shem Mendes has really been a standout player so far.
Shem Mendes read that like a book, but there was no other option for Isru Pereira as he manages to get the ball back to the other Isru, Konga Hawatta, who thumps this down the field. And a very tidy exit there from Navy, and they've repelled one attack from Havelocks. How many more do they have in them?
This is where your conditioning is going to come into play. Strength and conditioning with close to 15 minutes to go. This is where Navy will have to put the heart into this game. It might be the start of the season, but this is just going to set the track for them to trot along in this Maliban Inter-Club Rugby League, and a win against Havelocks is not something that they would have had maybe in the back of their minds, but after coming here and really putting a physical performance in the first half, they've really opened the doors for a victory.
Mendes again, superb at the top of the line out, and Rifan finding gaps where others couldn't. Harusha Pereira acting as a scrum half. Havelocks will maybe rue the fact that they turned away those 3 points. Shem Mendes smashed in the tackle. Sanruk Gamage, the number 16 jersey for Navy, is also on the park and made the difference there in that maul sacking. Havelocks still keeping the ball with them. Not moving away was the Navy player. And another lovely bit of work that time. Oh, Ajay Rajaratne leaves the ball behind. Lovely break from Dilshara Koda. Got a dancing feet, but they will come back for not rolling away.
Well, the penalty count from Navy has really increased in this second half. They've opened the doors for Havelocks to come back right into this game. This time not rolling away from the tackle. That's something that they've been guilty of quite a few times in this game. They've not rolled away too fast. They've not rolled away too quickly, rather. And this time, Sandesh Jayavikrama points to the posts and says he wants to get the lead for the first time in this game.
Well, that's sensible from Sandesh Jayavikrama. I think he would have been respectful of the opposition to make sure he took that kick a little earlier, because it was a sure kick. Koda Goda. Very rare defensive mistake this afternoon by Denuwan Wickramaranchi. But Jayavikrama leaves himself a much harder kick than he had a few minutes ago to get the lead. Havelock Sports Club did not imagine that this is where they would be in the 65th minute of this game. Ooh. And the skipper misses from the tee.
Did mention in the first half it might come down to the kicks. The 65th minute, the kicks are what has decided whether this game is tied or led by Havelocks. 24 all. 15 minutes remaining in this game. There's a lot of life remaining in this game. If you're a rugby fan, these are the kind of finishers that you want. In international rugby, we've had so many of them. But here in Sri Lankan shows, the very first game,
number 3, Havelock,
season opener, has really opened eyes.
Change coming for Havelocks as Charana Chamikara comes on. And Shehan Silva goes off after a really good shift in the front row. He's been one of the architects of the comeback from Havelocks in that driving maul. It's Bulat Singalage getting under that dropout. Rifan Koda Goda, who made the earlier break. Lovely pass. But unfortunately, Harusha Pereira slipped as he came to the floor. Not the long stud kind of players here.
No, Navy!
Ordered off the ball was Janit Rajanayaka. And again, the kick. It's a little too far, and Isuru Kongahawatta does well to bounce that one in the field of play, and it's still alive. Gosh, this is dangerous as Rifan goes back. And on the money, Isuru Kongahawatta, he did really well in that passage of play to get his team back into the momentum, and you can see he's suffering from cramp. But that was a really good passage from Isipatana, former Isipatana fly half.
Sandesh Jayavikrama really hoisting that ball up in the air. A tactic that both teams have resorted to so far in this game. And Havelocks had 2 opportunities at getting the 3. They took one and missed that one. The man on your screen is the one who hacked it away to the left, and this time the experienced Thilina Veerasinghe
Time start pela තියෙන්නේ.
with Kongahawatta cramping. He'll take the kick, but have a look at that. What an effort from Kongahawatta. First it was a collection under pressure. I thought maybe the kick at first glance was not the greatest in terms of clearance, but it had a lot of airtime. Havelocks were not clear when they collected that ball, tapping it back and opened the door for Navy to get back the lead through Thilina Veerasinghe's boot.
They'll change kickers for the easy side of the kick, but unfortunately for Thilina Veerasinghe, looks like he hasn't been training his kicking as much as we would have liked, and Havelocks just managed to scramble it away in time.
They scrambled it away, but not scrambled it away too far. It's still inside the 22, so the attacking opportunities for Navy are presented on a silver platter still. Is that kick doesn't really have the power in his legs that he used to have, Thilina Veerasinghe, but still a class act under the high ball and just steering this sailor's ship, if I could say. It's been really there for them for quite a few years.
Kalawarachi a little late on Bulat Singalage, but absolutely nothing in that. Referee just waving play on there. But another really important line out. This is where in the second half things have gone awry for the Navy team. Sandruk Gamage has come in, and maybe the taller lifter might prove a little bit of a difference here, but Mohammad Rifan has been key. His box kicks and his little half breaks have been excellent. Oh, there's no collision, and so there's no ability to maul. A little bit of a technical turnover there, but referee Yadavara spot on. None of the Havelocks team bound, and you can't transfer the ball before you move forward there.
There was a moment that the collector of the line out, I think it was Vikramarachi, yes it was, thought they did very well to go right to the 15 meter rather to collect it, and that's where he looked around for a second to see if someone in the pictures he was bound to him. Transferred that ball a bit too early to Apurva Vijayasinghe. It's a scrum for Havelocks with the feed.
Really good discipline from Chatura Dilshan, the experience of Chatura Dilshan now with the ball in his hand to not engage there. Bulat Singalage hacks it away, but again the pressure from Gamage.
Akila light padda daanna puluwan daanna Akila.
Well, the lights are fading here at Havelock Park. Referee Yatavara has asked the home team whether they can put the lights on. It's going to be really interesting here, because if a game is abandoned after half time for the inability to keep on playing Abid, that's the end of it. The game is awarded to whoever is leading at the time. So getting that penalty, getting this kick over, if there is one, is going to be really, really crucial. The lights are coming on. Sure, Havelocks will want the lights on very quickly. Match Commissioner Kausal Ranasinghe there, giving clear instructions to Gihan Yatavara, saying if you feel it's not safe, you can stop, but the lights will take a few minutes to come on. I'm sure these players have practiced in much darker conditions. No, we've played touch rugby in much darker conditions than this, but Navy will not want to lose a second of the available light. Ranavira to throw in, and brilliantly done once again by Shem Mendes. They have had no variation in their line out, which meant that someone like Mendes can really do some damage, which is exactly what he did. Charana Chamikara barreling it up. Here's Bulat Singalage. That time it's a much better touch finder. But in fact, it hasn't gone to touch. Silina Veerasinghe with a huge drop goal. Oh my goodness! It is huge. But it didn't go through. It was, I thought for all money that it was over, Abid. Oh my goodness.
Oh, what a moment in the game. And what that's going to do is going to put Havelocks on notice. That was close to 55 meters out from the experienced campaign in the number 15 jumper for Navy Sports Club. Have a look at that once again. The kick. Oh, that's a beauty. He's got it. It's going. But just falls short. Referee Atavara was closer to it than us. But now it's going to be Havelocks that are put on notice. The last time Navy Sports Club beat Havelocks was in that 2014 Clifford Cup final. No wins since then.
Not straight is the call. There was no contest, but nevertheless, it was very crooked. Hearts in the mouths there, Abid. That was just under the crossbar, I think. Saw it going close to the bar. So you can see that again there. The problem is the lifting. It's not so much the throw or the one Rikabarachi is jumping. The fact is that the lifters are going off the straight line that they're supposed to be on. And that's something Danushka Botejo will have to work on in the next training session to get right, because unfortunately if they do lose this game, they would have lost it purely based on the amount of lineouts they coughed up.
Well, either way, Navy might go back home with points in this game, even a losing bonus point, or Havelocks will go back home with a losing bonus point. But right now, it is at level terms. Asmir Fajruddin getting his front row forwards ready for the challenge that is up here. No points in the second half from Navy, 14 points from Havelocks in the second half. This is where bench strength is going to come into play, and that drop goal has really set this game alight. Spectators now at the edge of their seats. I hope you're at the edge of your seats. We are in for a thrilling last 10 minutes, but it's a penalty coming the way of Havelocks at scrum time.
Well, it was an angle drive from the loose head. You could always see the pressure was coming on the Navy scrum. And that is why they had to respond even before Havelocks got the shove on. And referee had right on the spot to see the loose head boring in. This time again, no touch found by Bulat Singalage. Lovely little run that time by the number 11. Amit Madhushankar for Navy. Then one Rikramarachi, who has been an absolute Trojan in this game. Chatara Dilshan trying to hold the Navy skipper back, and Isuru Kongahawatta thumping this one in behind and just falling short of a 50-22. But this is the end that Navy Sports Club want to play their rugby. Two touch finders missed by Bulat Singalage. How much, if at all, will that cost his team?
Kongahawatta has kicked brilliantly, territorially and off the tee. Just missing a 50-22 there. Now a line out for Havelocks. Well, this game is really... What a start to the season, isn't it? I have no words to expect. When I walked into Havelocks today, I didn't expect this at all. But Navy, hats off to you. Havelocks have come back in the second half. The Maliban Inter-Club Rugby League is really anyone's to take this year.
Navy had a precious little ball to play anything from. Senator Pires hasn't had a touch in this second half. But once again, the line out letting Navy down, not able to compete. And it's up to us, Abid, to pick a Swiss Tech perfect player of the match, and been such good performances. Oh, that's Jai Vikrama. Did he change his line? Play on is the call from the referee. I thought that was well spotted by him. And again, Sandesh Jai Vikrama, now he's the one to drive this ball nice and low. Kongahawatta.
Get back, Navy, get back, Navy, get back.
Discretion is the better part of valor from him, and Mohammad Rifan, now he's the one you want with the ball in your hands. Oh, that's a lovely 50-22. Outstanding work. We were just starting to talk about the Swiss Tech perfect player of the match. And honestly, from the way he's controlled this game in the second half to bring it back, I think Mohammad Rifan is at the top of my list for the moment, but in the next 5 minutes, anything could happen, Abid.
Well, you saw Damien McKenzie winning a game for the All Blacks with a 50-22 and with a fantastic try and a fantastic penalty. Mohammad Rifan has done one of that so far, a 50-22 that has really changed the momentum for Havelocks.
මේ පේස් එකේ නෙමෙයි මට ඊට කලින් පේස් එකේ නේවි කික් කරලා දුවන තැන ලේට් charge එකක් තියෙනවද නැද්ද කියලා විතරක් පෙන්නන්න.
Well, there's a twist in the tail yet. Yatavara wants something else looked at, whether there was a late charge or not. This is something that will be very interesting. Is there a late charge here? Sandesh Jayavikrama is the man we have to keep our eyes on. Jumps right across, was not in a realistic position to charge it down, and was
one more time.
Runs straight into him. You can see Jayavikrama puts his arms up immediately, knowing that he could be in trouble.
Here's a replay of that once again. Big moment in this game. Is it going to be a 50-22 for Havelocks, or is it going to be a penalty for Navy? The line that Sandesh Jayavikrama takes is what's going to decide that.
There's no doubt that he was not in a realistic position to charge that ball down, and he does jump across into the path
line out
of I think it was Amit Madhushankar, but not enough in it for referee Gihan Yatavara to award a penalty. But that's what you want, isn't it? You want the processes followed, and you want the referee to make a decision with all the available information. This is the 50-22. Outstanding work from Rifan Mohammed. Oh, and that's could that be what changes the game? The advantage is coming. Navy have heard the call. Here's Harusha.
Off the feet.
Last moment drama here at Havelock Park. The lights are coming on, but this game has been a light from the first moment. Trying to thread the needle was Rifan Mohammed, and again the penalty is coming, but they don't need it. The try is scored, and Havelocks have dragged themselves out of a big hole that they dug themselves into in the first half and put up a 5-pointer and maybe a 7 to come.
Mohammad Rifan take about that kick has put your team ahead for the first time in this game, 29 points to 24. But the forwards of Havelock Sharnaka have been a touch above the rest. A real classy, not 8, a 7. They're playing with 7 men. And to put on a shift like they have, they've had to dig extra, or they've had to dig extra deep to win this one and to get into the lead. So far in this second half, 19 unanswered points. The conversion is successful, 31 points to 24. Havelock Sports Club slowly but surely have creeped their way back into this game and taken the lead for the first time.
Well, it's such fine margins between hero and villain, isn't it, Abid? We could have seen Sandesh Jayavikrama penalized earlier on for a late charge, but in the end, a few minutes later, he's converting Chatura Dilshan's try for what would be a win for Havelocks. They haven't led in this game from the 4th minute. For 74 minutes, Navy Sports Club have led this game. But all that matters is who's in front in the 80th minute. Isuru Kongahawatta. As it stands now, our Swiss Tech perfect player of the match, Mohammad Rifan. for the telling contributions he's made.
But you really have to take your hat off to Shem Mendes at line-out time. Like we mentioned multiple times, it was the line-out that really changed this game. And Shem Mendes in defence and in attack has been fantastic. Here's the first try scorer for Havelock's Azmir Fajuddin, former captain, now taking it forward. Rifan boots it downfield. Tilnavira Singh juggles it.
Kongahawatta needs to keep this ball in hand now. Take nothing away from the performances of some of these boys in blue. Oh, again. Looks like, how did that ball come into the hands of... It was offside. What's the call? It was in front of where the ball was kicked, so Isuru Kongahawatta didn't put him onside. And 2 late lapses in discipline from Navy, putting them on the back foot. Very clear explanation from Yatavara. He was in front of the player who kicked the ball, and there was no way that Bulat Sinhala ran 5 meters before he kicked that one. The heavens are opening. What can we expect, Abid?
Close to 1 minute remaining. Time is up on our clock, but might be a couple of minutes remaining. But this performance from Havelock's has really shown what kind of an outfit there. Has known when to take the foot off the accelerator, when to put the foot on the accelerator, and they're leading at the correct time of the game.
Jananda Dilshan fights his way into that breakdown. And Denuwan Wickramaratchi, now the frustration is coming out from the Navy skipper. Absolutely no arms in that tackle, and he'll be lucky to get away without a yellow. Oh, and it's a yellow. It's not for the late charge, it's for the forward pass. They absolutely need to make something of this scrum. But Havelock scrum and line out in the second half have really dominated. That forward pass came as a result of that shoulder charge. Denuwan Wickramaratchi quite lucky there. You have to say Chatura Dilshan coming on and Charana Chamikar coming on as well have really made a difference, Abid, and that's what we talked about at the team sheets as well. The superior bench strength, but Navy, my goodness, they've played well today.
The light is fading here at Havelock Park, and so are the chances of Navy winning this game. The dreams of them beating Havelocks after 2014 is slowly but surely fading away, but they could maybe at least salvage a draw with a 7-pointer, but they have to do something that they haven't done in this half, and that is score points. It has remained 24 points at the end of the first half, and by the looks of it, it's going to remain 24 points for Navy Sports Club at the end of 80 minutes as well. It's really dark, isn't it, here at Havelock Sports Club? I really haven't seen a game of rugby in Sri Lanka played in this darkness.
But it's much darker than it looks like on your screens if you're watching at home, because this is enhanced pictures coming through the very sophisticated camera lenses of ThePapare.com. But watch for Havelocks to milk a scrum here. They've got to get the ball away, which they do. Coming out was Pramudita. Ball in the hands of Kalwarachi that time, and Havelocks flying up in defense. Wickramaratchi managing to hold on to that. Desperate to get on the scoreboard. Kujana Kulatunga to Isuru Kongahawatta, who has really been led a tactical masterclass, but can't do anything if your line out isn't functioning as a fly half. Here he is again, and the ball stays in the hand that time. Almost jumped out of the prop forward's hands. That was Amarasekara who juggled. And that's a lovely little break once again, and the ball being knocked into touch. Rifan Mohammed, apparently it was deliberately punched into touch.
Swiss Tech perfect player of the match punching that ball into touch. But how about the hand that that man in the number 11 jumper for Navy has played? Amit Madhushankar hasn't had a lot of space to work with, but with the little space that he has had, he has created a lot of opportunities for Navy Sports Club to attack, gained a lot of meters for them. And this kick is a good one as well. We'll get them maybe around 20 meters. And it's the last move. So Navy need to start the game off the way they need to finish the game off the way they started. Go around 20 phases, no mistakes, get a try, get the conversion through, and at least draw this game. Havelocks have to do what they have done right throughout in the second half, and that is defend, defend, and defend.
Well, they've got what has been their Achilles heel, a line out. Watch for the throw to the front here. It's come right back and knocked it backwards. That was hearts in the mouth stuff again from Denwan Wickramarachchi. Bumping this one forward nicely was Janit Rajanayaka. Maybe a penalty won't be enough for them today, and all they can hope for is a draw, of course. So Havelocks will have to make sure that they are fully committed to this defensive effort.
Advantage.
Isuru Pereira smashes it forward once again. He's been at the heart of most good things that Navy did in the first half. Stumped up by Senora Pires. Still going, of course. Denwan Wickramarachchi has not given up from minute one, and he will drag this team over the line single-handedly if he has to. It's been a very brave performance from the Navy skipper. Still going is Sandro Gamage. Janitha Fernando just getting out of the way in time. Still playing under a penalty advantage, Navy, but they know that 3 points are not what they're after.
Get back. Advantage, number 28, block tackle.
Here they go again. Are we in for a grandstand finish, Abid? 80th minute. Navy led for 74 minutes in this game. Havelocks have led for 4. Oh, he's still going. Oh, and he drops it. Isuru Kongahawata with the line staring in his face. He's dropped the ball. Oh my goodness. You could not write this script if Shakespeare wrote it.
The script is not done yet. There's a penalty coming for Navy Sports Club. Isuru Kongahawata has played a fantastic hand so far in this game. That moment he just had to pin his ear back and go. Go for all money. Now penalty coming for Navy Sports Club. A string of penalties. 10 minutes, 10 meters away from the line. Navy have done the hard yards. The man with ball in hand has done the hard yards. What can Navy do? Grandstand finish incoming.
Wickramarachchi carries it into the heart of the defense. Isuru Kongahawata couldn't believe his own luck when the Red Sea parted for him. Are they over? Oh yes they are! Oh yes they're over! Oh my goodness! They are back in it. Tirina Veerasinghe, is he going to kick from the left side of the posts? Or is Isuru Kongahawata going to kick from the left side of the post with his left foot?
Oh my word. What a finish. 29-31. Just the 2 points. Will Havelocks go home with 6 points? Will Navy go home with 1 point? Or will both teams go home with equal points? What a way to finish the first game. Kongahawata. Here's the chance to draw this one for Navy.
And it's over. It's a draw. And our Swiss Tech perfect player of the match, the man who's lifting his finger to the heavens. We've had to do a last minute change. Isuru Kongahawata, who kept Navy in the hunt all throughout the second half, didn't allow the game to get away with from them as Havelock stormed back after the halftime whistle. But in the lengthening shadows, if you can call it even that, in the dark, semi-darkness, if you have to say, of Havelock Park, it is Navy who have come back, and on the back of an enormous performance from Denuhan Wickramarachchi, their captain, and a really, really calm, controlled performance from the number 10 Isuru Kongahawatta. They have managed to come through and draw this game and put an immediate damper on the title hopes of Havelocks.
Man, oh man, what a start. What a start to the Maliban Inter-Club Rugby League. It was all Havelocks in the second half. And now they will go back and ask themselves why did they not take the 3 Shanaka. That was a sitter for them to take, but you have to take your hat off to this Navy outfit. And you also have to take your hat off to the Havelock outfit. Hat off all around. What a game of rugby. Havelocks in the second half had to defend and also had to score the points and bridge the gap. They did that momentarily. It was 24-24 until that try that came, which made it 31-24. But then it had to end. It had to end in a grandstand way. And that grandstand way was through a try from Navy Sports Club, and the cherry on top of the cake was the kick from Isuru Kongahawatta. At full time, have a look at that, 31 points all. This game had absolutely everything, a red card, a yellow card, tries galore, and in the end it had to be decided with a kick. Havelock Sports Club and Navy Sports Club in the season opener, they finish on level terms.
Well, I can see the happiest person at the end of this game would probably be the sponsor, because if this is what we can expect from the number 2 team playing the number 8 team from last year, wow, this is going to be an outstanding league for sure. Anuranga Valpola and Saria Kumara will tell their team that we don't know what's going to happen in the rest of this league. And if all the games are going to be like this, then just keep your heads up. But Havelocks did so well to storm back into this game after the half-time turnaround with 14 men. Abid, let's not forget that. Fortunately, there's Madhusanka. What a stunning game. And take your hat off to Gihan Yatavara, who maintained his composure throughout this whole game. It's been an absolute battle of attrition from both these teams. Tries scored on both ends of the pitch, and it was a really high-pressure, intense game.
You can see a dejected Havelock Sports Club outfit, a team that was tipped to win this. Oh, have a look at the light on the screen there. That's an indication of how dark it got here and how dark it got for the hopes of Havelock Sports Club to maybe keep that lead. That was where they started the scoring through Jayathu Rajaratna. Sandesh Jaivikrama had to put his kicking boots on in the second half when he came on. This was a try for Deekshana Dasanayaka, who was denied the first time around. His centre partner was denied the first time around rather. This is where they came on to level terms. It was 24 points all. And then Havelocks had to go the extra mile to get back into this game and get the win. And who else? Janidu Fernando getting them the lead. But then Navy Sports Club will watch this game again and again and again. Maybe just the first half and the last few minutes of the second half. It takes moments to win games of Rugby Shanaka, and that last passage of play won them the game. First passage of play, last passage of play. Navy Sports Club have done it here to draw with Havelock Sports Club.
Well, what an outstanding game. 31 points apiece. 4 tries to Navy, 5 tries for Havelocks. But as you said, Abid, it was the conversions of those tries that didn't help Havelock Sports Club in the final equation. A really important penalty also early on in the piece from Isuru Kongahawatta, and he is a well-deserved man of the match, just pipping his captain to the post. Also a superb performance from Mohammad Rifan, dragging his team back into this game with just 14 men. But despite the bench strength and the bigger names on this Havelock's team sheet, it was the heart and the team will of Navy Sports Club that brought them to this draw. And we start off with an unlikely draw in the first match of this Maliban A Division Rugby League. and we are really set for what is going to be an outstanding tournament coming up. Tomorrow's fixtures. We have the Sri Lance taking on CRNFC at the CRNFC grounds, and we have Air Force taking on Army at the Air Force grounds in Ratmalana. Both those games will certainly demand plenty of watching. And once we are done with those two games, in the next week, we have Army taking on Sia in what is a grudge match at Panagoda. Police taking on Air Force in what is a really important clash of the forces. Sri Lions will take on Havelocks, who will be desperate to get points on the board in the win column. And Navy will take on Kandy, really buoyed by what was an outstanding performance against last year's number 2. Kandy SC suddenly will be sitting on the edge of their seats and thinking, we have to train hard this week.
But not just this week, but right throughout the season, because we're in for an absolute thriller. But there'll also be a smirk on the faces of the other teams, because the maybe title contenders Havelock Sports Club haven't got a win in week number 1. And what does this league hold for us? Only time will tell. By the 14th of February, you'll have maybe a new winner. Maybe Kandy Sports Club will defend their title. But with this start, who knows?
Well, they couldn't have asked for a better start to the season if you're a neutral. Thanks very much for joining us on ThePapare.com. From Abid Jamil and myself, Chana Kamarasinghe, and the rest of the Papare crew, it's goodbye for now.
sophistication, cutting-edge precision, and seamless support. Vantage for the modern professional.
Keep pushing the limits. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියම විල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක්ටයිල් ඇඩසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Muscle Guard Herbal Cream. A herbal cream for rapid relief and complete healing from muscle and joint ailments. Experience rapid relief. A trusted product from Link Natural.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියම විල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක්ටයිල් ඇඩසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Keep sweating. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex, get, spray, go.
Vantage for the modern professional.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියම විල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex, get, spray, go.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof දැම්මනම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නෑ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Drink Samahan daily to boost your immunity and stay healthy against prevailing health conditions. Samahan daily. Stay healthy.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof දැම්මනම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නෑ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා. ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියම විල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තියේ කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
බිත්තියට ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නෑ.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා. ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියම විල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Every modern professional needs Vantage. For those who demand the best. Vantage for the modern professional.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තියේ කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
බිත්තියට ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නෑ.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා. ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියම විල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Stand by for opener.
Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare.
3, 2, 1, roll on.
ඉතින් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංකික ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව ThePapare සමග.
Welcome back to ThePapare.
Welcome to the live broadcast from ThePapare.
So stay tuned with us as we'll be heading to a commercial break. This all important final will be starting in few minutes.
Dialog television සමගින් අනාගතය අත්විඳින්න. පහසුවෙන්